So this is my second video on special theory of relativity. So in my first video I talked about when does classical mechanics fail or why we need special theory of relativity. I also described that the motion is relative, and also we discussed the troubles about time, troubles with length, troubles with speed, troubles with energy, and the troubles with our ideas of light. So in this video I am going to derive the Galilean transformations, and I am going to prove the invariance of Newton's laws in inertial frames. So let's say we have two inertial frames. First is S and the second is S prime. So this S prime is in motion with respect to this S, and it is moving along the x direction with a constant speed v. So at time t is equal to 0, the origins of these two frames overlap, means that since this is in motion, so it is moving along this line. So in the past it would have been here. So we choose this time, the time at which the O prime or the S prime is just crossing this S. So at t is equal to 0, O prime overlaps O. So let's say there is an event in space, or simply say we have a point P in space. So from S frame I can write this point as P of x, y, z, because these are the coordinates, and in S prime frame we can write this as x prime, y prime, and z prime, and we are going to derive a relation between x, y, z primes with respect to. So if you look at in this figure, let's say this is our point P. So the x coordinate as seen from S frame will be x. So this entire length is x, but from S prime frame it will be x prime, and it will be this distance, and this is parallel. So I can say that this is also x prime. So this is x prime and the entire is x, and also we chose that at time t is equal to 0, let's say at time t is equal to 0, these O and O prime were overlapping, so S prime was here. So after time t it has traveled a distance, this distance, and this will be equal to Vt. V is the speed of the frame and the time interval. So this distance, the distance from here to this point, is Vt. So obviously from this expression, from this geometry, I can say that x is equal to Vt plus x prime. This entire length is equal to this length plus this length. So x is equal to Vt plus x prime. So this implies x prime is equal to x minus Vt. And since the I said that the y, z, and x are parallel to y prime, x prime, and z prime, so therefore y will be equal to y prime, and z will be equal to z prime, and t will be equal to t prime. So these are the transformation equations, and these equations relate the prime coordinate with the unprime coordinate. You can also, from here you can find the, for example, if you know x and v, so you can find this x prime, and similarly if you know the x prime, so you can also find x, which is simply given by x is equal to x prime plus vt. Or you can say that the motion is relative. So if the motion is relative, so we can say this S prime is at rest and the S is moving in opposite direction with minus v. So we can use the simple relation here. So now in our case this S is in motion, so this gives me x, the coordinate measured in the moving frame, which is x, and this is equal to x prime, the coordinate measured in the rest frame. Here we have this x prime as rest, and then vt minus vt. So here v is minus v, so this gives me plus vt. So now I know the x prime, so therefore I can find the velocity in this x prime frame. So vx prime will be equal to dx prime by dt prime, and here we assume that the time is absolute, so therefore dt prime will be equal to dt, and on the place of x prime I can use this transformation equation. So this gives me x prime is equal to x minus vt. So this gives me dx by dt minus d by dt of vt. So this gives me dx by dt minus v. So Vx prime is equal to Vx minus V. So this is the transformation equation for the velocity. So if you know the velocity of a particular physical system in s frame, so you can find that particular, so you can find the velocity in s prime frame, provided you know the frame velocity. And similarly y prime will be equal to vy here, and z prime will be equal to z. So we have found the velocity transformation equation, and now we can find the acceleration. So by definition, acceleration is defined as ax is equal to dv by dt. So this is not x, this is dv by dt. So therefore in prime frame it will also be defined like this. So x prime is equal to dvx prime by dt prime, and since we say that the time is same, so dt prime is equal to dt from here. So putting the value of vx prime from this equation, so this gives me vx minus v. So differentiating, so this gives me d by dt vx minus d by dt of v. Since this is our assumption that this v is constant, so its derivative goes to 0, and here I have x prime is equal to ax. So the acceleration in both frames will be same. So you know from Newton law, if F is equal to ma, so if a is same, so it means the force will be same. So therefore we can say that, so basically if acceleration is same, so it means that the Newton's laws are invariant under Galilean transformations. So that is our idea. So Newton's laws are invariant under Galilean transformation. So it means that, so it leads to the principle of relativity. Since you say in ax is equal to x prime, so it means that there is no preferred rest frame, or there is no preferred inertial frame. It is up to you which frame you choose for your measurements. So in all of these frames you will get the same result. So this is basically the principle of relativity. So I am going to talk about principle of relativity in next video, where I will discuss the postulates of special theory of relativity.